Where Drew is, are you starting?
You're off.
Welcome to number 10.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I was hoping Drew would bring those little party popper, you know, those little bottles that you pop when we get one of those really pathetic doof. Anyway.
Oh, YouTube, sorry.
Yeah.
Karen Newby. Hi, Karen.
Ah, Karen Newby. Yes, I know the name.
Hello from Patterson, New South Wales. What are your thoughts on Karen, get back to your question in a bit.
Why?
Sorry, because I've interrupted your intro.
No, we can do that and then I'll intro.
Okay.
And then this is where the edits go in because...
What are your thoughts on a shoulder bulge in a horse?
A shoulder bulge?
From wither scapula.
Yeah, from wither and scapula. You know what? Usually it's a built-up muscle. I don't often find that it's an injury. Usually it's a built-up muscle. I see a lot of horses with a really prominent, firstly, trapezius wither, but secondly, with that lump on the side, just above that shoulder blade. I don't believe that they're a problem. Excuse me. And I don't often find soreness related to it. So I honestly, Karen, I just ignore it. Anyway, we'll do the intro now. Welcome to number 10. We'll go through my diary just quickly. Seems to be what we do. So who have we seen today? This week we have seen. Oh man, I need glasses. This is shocking. Jamie Page and Sandy Page. Sorry, Jamie Page, Sandy Page. They're horseland people. They have horseland in Geelong, and I think they still could have horseland in Canberra. So there's a big thing to horseland. Jamie and Sandy have been like one of my premier first ever clients. In fact, I like, you know, their prices never changed for me. They've been going for almost 20 years. In fact, it would almost be that. That's kind of crazy. It's got to be at least 15. Anyway, so then David Peak Racing, he's got a horse running soon. Who else do we have? Kate Dertel, Future Farms again. Let me see. Greg Urell, normal. Nikki Burke, Pat. Pat wasn't there. Pat. Anyway, I have a hard time getting to Pat, but he's racing, his stable's going well, it's really good. They're such a really lovely family, Pat and Cheryl, or Shares as he calls her, like really awesome people. Shane Nichols, been doing Shane for ages. Wendy Kelly, Alex Ray, Musk Creek Farm. Musk Creek Farm did the colt yearlings for yearling prep this week. The colts are a lot quieter than the fillies were. And you know what? They've got a few beautiful horses coming through. As I said, we treat them for growth right now. We treat them to make sure that there's no soreness. All their colts play together, so they injure each other, hurt each other, beat each other up. I go there, fix all the little bumps and bruises, and give them a growth spurt. When I treat them, I don't know if any of this is going to come up because Drew surprises me with the videos, but when I treat them and open up their connective tissue and soften off the muscles, they always have a growth spurt. It's a really weird phenomenon. I don't know why it happens, but it happens with such regularity that's just what we do. That's how we, if you didn't listen to last time when I spoke about it, how we do it now is we bring them in, we treat them, they all have a growth spurt. Then they do the yearling prep. Then by the time they're about to go into the yearling sales and they're getting them ready for the Magic Millions in January, we then have a look at them again and make sure that there's no restrictions, soreness, any of that sort of thing. Because as we know, with yearlings and sales, the first thing they talk about is if you have a free moving horse or not. So if it's free walking, which I make sure that they are, then they sell better, or at least they move better. What else do I have? I have a bunch of other stuff. And then Matt Laurie Racing was the end of my week, and then my week went crazy. I'd like to wish Caroline well. Caroline's my PA. It looks like she may lose her house in a fire today because she's got the fires up in Queensland. So the bookings have been difficult this week. Her life has been difficult. It's been thrown all over the place. We're hoping today if she doesn't lose her house, so good luck, Caroline. I keep messaging her. Don't wish her well if you hear this because she's got hard enough time. So if you're one of my clients, please don't message her. She's just absolutely snowed at the moment. And while she's doing that, we're also buying a house. So we're going to get a house very shortly, and we've been doing all this stuff for that. And that's the intro, Drew. How you going? My name's Christian Langeder, and I'm an equine soft tissue therapist. I specialise in treating muscular issues in performance horses.
I just want first, Dawn Marie is smashing the like button on the live. Dawn,
Oh, thank you, Dawn.
thanks.
Thank you so much.
Anyone who can do that, we're not just yelling smash the like everyone. It helps as we're trying to grow the show and the lives.
And the algorithm.
It helps promote it to others. So anyone who can hit the like and share the live is really greatly appreciated. So thanks very much, Dawn. She's hit it about 3,000 times. Deb says, my standard bred doesn't like his tail being lifted to put the crupper on.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anything I can do?
I'd say you most likely got really tight hamstrings right underneath the tail or a coxagee. You might have this or the coxageus. The coxageus could also be a problem. Obviously, I'm trying to help as many people as I can. I love these sorts of questions that we're talking about, like the lumps on the shoulders and trying to lift the tail. They usually clamp their tails down if they've got really tight inner hamstrings. They kind of lock it down. Or if they do it off to the side, it could be the breed, they could be Arabs, they could just naturally do it. Or there could be one side of the hamstring that is sore. It's easy enough to check. And how do you check your horse? You go to my website, langeder.equine.com. I'll tell you what, like, I'm amazed how popular it is after I've built it. But it's really how to check your horse really thoroughly and also made as easy as possible. It's just really, really simple. So it's as Drew says, it's a diagnostic resource. So obviously I'm going to answer whatever questions I can here. But if you're intrigued about how to learn how to check your own horse yourself and be able to talk to people like me easier, because then you can mention particular areas of your horse or your vet or your therapist, or check your horse, have your therapist out and then recheck your horse. It's the ideal thing to do. So langederequine.com.
Ethel Hawkins has joined us on YouTube.
Hey, Ethel.
Hello, Christian. Would love your thoughts on stifle lock.
The best thing for stifle lock is movement. You can do it in water, hills, poles, whatever, but so long as you're strengthening the legs, it seems to be the go. Whenever anything's done with horses for stifle lock, it always ends up that the best thing to do to promote better movement is work. So excuse me, I have an itchy nose as usual.
Another thank you to Marsha, who's now smashing the like button.
Thank you.
Laura Walsh says, what if it's the poll?
Bring a poll! And that wasn't swearing. It's never the poll. Thank you. Yes, no, that's a t-shirt. We've already mapped out t-shirts. I sent Drew a thing of t-shirts. We're going to see what we're going to do with them, but t-shirts are definitely an idea. We're going to see how we go. I was going to actually try to have some for today, but anyway, excuse me, next time. But it's not the poll. I can't believe that's become a thing. All right, so we're still at Brian McGrath, we're still in Cranbourne, this is still coming in. Another one, for those dressage people, cart pulling people, anyone that's like even racing, I know when people are working their horses properly, instead of being sore here where jumpers should be sore, they're sore there, right? So that's biceps femoris, goes all the way back down here. In extreme cases, you're going to have stifle problems if that tear got... That's the answer to the stifle thing. Anyway, so just quickly, dressage people, check this. Usually it's incorporated with the bum. Obviously over here, so I was saying in a lot of videos earlier, I'm already treating, but I was saying in a lot of videos earlier that we were really wet and everything was using its front, so we had a lot of sore fronts. So now they're starting to use their asses, we're actually starting to get this sore again. And especially in people that are working their horses properly, because you want them to sit and actually use that. So if you're working them collected, rather than letting them get hollow, if they get hollow, they're going to use this. So the inside hamstring. So on this one, obviously she's working properly. So racing, dressage, anything where you're using your bum, just check where this line is, where this, it's called a poverty, I call it a poverty line. Just check that. And then massage this muscle here, not over here. Anyway, that's gone, that's done. So again, massage it however you want. Use the machine, use your hands, I don't really care. But I'm just showing you how to check it. So right there, biceps pain. use whatever you want. I don't really care. And that's so true. Like people ask me about different machines. They all work. It just depends on if you know where to put them, or most of them work. So I don't care if it's red light, ultrasound, massage gun, your hands, your elbows. I really don't care. The one on this that I like is, I mean, it was pretty short and frenetic, but when I was talking about the clamping down tail just in the question before, you would be looking on the inside here into, we're going to get a chart for our next, we're going to get a studio soon as well. Anyway, clamping down tail is the inner hamstring. If you've got jumpers, etc., then that's it. They often injure that inner side hamstring, which is called semimembranosus. But if you're working properly, where that, what I call the poverty line is, and they say it's affectionately termed the poverty line because if you don't feed them, it shows up. But it's also when you get horses that are really ripped, you can see that line. And that's on the further to the front of the horse, of that line there. That's biceps fem. If you're working dressage properly, cart horses properly, race horses properly, if you're working them collected rather than letting them get hollow in the back, that muscle incorporated with the bum medial glute is usually sore. So it's not uncommon. Probably one of the most common soreness that I see, or dysfunctions that I see, or strains, whatever, that I see. And so it'd be really common in almost everybody's horse. So check that.
What Christian was touching on, just for everyone really quickly, is we are moving to a new studio. We're going to have an interactive display with Christian's diagnostic resource up, so that when he's answering these questions, you're going to be able to see exactly where we're looking on the horse, on the chart. It's going to be a lot better. That does cost money. Christian's paying for it all, which is why I'm in the background asking you guys to hit the like button and share the lives and all that sort of stuff that he doesn't really want to do. But we're trying to make a better experience for all of you guys. So
we'll
your
see how much
support
of that happens.
is really appreciated. What would you do for Stiffness to One Direction? I feel like maybe from her old suspensory injury from
could be
Balacre's farm.
Yeah, hi Balacre's farm. Stiffness to one side. You know what? The first thing I always go for is hyoid and neck, but suspensory could easily be it. So if you're looking at a suspensory on one side, then you're going to find all the shoulder on the opposite side, because I'll be loading up the opposite side. We'll start getting rigid. Look, obviously I'm going to say go to my website so you understand how to check all the different muscles for the shoulder, the neck, the pec, the bicep, the deep pec. Seriously, if you are a farm and you're a large thing too, just do that for 150 US is all it is for a year. It will show you so much. There'll be so many videos on it. But what happens with a suspensory is, or an old suspensory, is you'll always get, compensation. And so it'll be compensation higher up on the opposite side that can cause stiffness. So, yeah, go for that.
Someone called Poochie says...
Where's Poochie on? Hi, Pooch!
Says, thank you, Vegas felt incredible today. Have you been treating...
I treated Poochie's horse on the weekend as well. And as Poochie said, whenever I treat a horse, it feels like a cloud. So, no, you're welcome. Hope you had a good ride, and congratulations on the house.
This is from Kiwi Adventurer.
Hello.
I have an endurance Arab who stretches nose almost to ground constantly during rides. Any idea why?
Oh, yeah. No, I'd be interested in that actually, because it could be a mouth thing, could be teeth, could be higher, could be TMJ because they're trying to stretch out. It's unlikely it's going to be the shoulders and withers, so I'd be thinking things around the head.
Super.
Thanks for asking.
Anks, Fries and Hengst.
Oh.
Hey, what region are you? Best wishes from Germany.
Hi. I was born in Austria, but I'm here in Melbourne, Australia. And thanks for the best wishes. Thanks for watching. It's got to be late in Germany. I don't even know what time it is in Germany, but you should probably be asleep.
Ranto says hi from Ireland.
Ireland, you should definitely be asleep. We know it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're either an insomniac or you're on something that you shouldn't be on in any way. Hey, Ireland, you know what? Can I just... Of course I can.
It's your show, mate.
My show, isn't this cool? I just met Aidan O'Brien, who's a trainer out of Ireland, obviously one of the biggest, well, probably the biggest trainer in the world. I just met his foreman here in Australia, a really lovely bloke by the name of TJ. They have a horse today running in the Cox Plate called, I think it's Victoria Road. Anyway, he's such a sweet man. I would love to get to Ireland. You know what? I'd love to work for Aidan O'Brien, but or do things with him. But anyway, hi Ireland. Thanks for watching, especially this early in the morning.
Journey's mama shared the live. Thanks, Journey's mama.
Thank you.
We had Grando from Ireland. We've also got Balacres Farm. Thank you for your.
Thanks. I hope it was helpful. I try to do as much as I can without seeing the horse. Obviously, that's really difficult because there are so many variations on what I see and feel, and when I just hear things. What I find is when I listen to people when I get to a horse, I don't listen to the person's story and I don't listen to the horse's story because I listen for key things, and then that enables me to know where I'm going to be looking for stuff. But I usually find different things once I put my hands on them.
Jenny has joined us and says, hi from Ontario.
Oh, hello, Canada.
Canada,
as Drew likes to call it. Hi, I'm moving to a place called Canadian Bay Road. It's nowhere near Canada.
Okay, so our German friend, viewer, can't sleep and love Australians.
Oh, well, welcome. I hope this is entertaining for you. I don't know if you have horses or if you're just scrolling through. But thanks, and hello, and buckle up. We got a few more videos. Drew's just trying to catch up with all the stuff right now so we can answer questions.
Miss P Fitness.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you think the trail horses would benefit from your exercises?
Yes, they do. I've treated at Balnarian Trails here, and I used to treat a very long time ago when we had the horseback winery tours where they would take horses and go to wineries. I used to always treat them. So yeah, you know what? Any person. Here's a thing. I think that any human being that you know, almost every human being that you know, has like either a physio, an osteo, a chiropractor, or something, and people don't ride them. I think that any horse that is being used needs somebody to look at it. I think that that's just across the board, let alone the athletes. But if you've got a horse and you just ride it, I think you should either owe it to yourself to learn how to do basic stuff to it to help it, or at least learn how to check.
Karen Newby, who you answered her question
about.
Hi
Karen.
Stifle. We just had a filly with stifle lock, put her into steady work 4 days a week, stifle lock, no more. You're absolutely spot on.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly right? I find in larger dressage horses when they're young, a few of them have stifle lock, and once they actually really work them and the muscles kick in, it just, it's the only thing that helps.
Hello, Mary Legs Equine Trainer.
Yes.
Do you have online courses?
Yes, I have the training. What do I have? I have the diagnostic.
Diagnostic resource up right now on the website, and treatment course is
being written.
So, but the diagnostic resource is the first half of the puzzle.
Well, it's the biggest half of the puzzle. Sorry, Drew. It's the biggest half of the puzzle because, like I say, I feel like Mr. Miyagi. That'll be the next T-shirt. I feel like Mr. Miyagi where I'm saying paint the fence, because it doesn't matter what course you do to learn how to fix your horse. If you don't know where to fix, or it doesn't matter if you have a massage gun, it doesn't matter what you're using. If you don't know where to put it, you're not going to help it, and you can't fix what you can't find. So the diagnostic resource helps you understand what types of soreness horses get, where you fix them, or which muscle it is, and what other muscles that you should be considering if you've got an issue. So that is the first course. Have a look. Get on my website and have a look. Drew.
2 more seconds.
We're going to do another video?
Yeah, we are. Alchemy Equine Training, thank you for sharing the live. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Putchy shared the live. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Putch.
If he puts his nose down and stretches his back, maybe he has pain there. Okay. Oh, that's our German friend trying to help out.
Yep.
Dawn Marie, have you ever treated saddle breeds?
Saddle breeds?
Saddle breeds. That's what it says.
Yeah. What exactly do you mean by saddle breeds? That'd be an interesting one.
We're going to do another video, TikTok. We're going to be back with you shortly.
Right. It's like commercials, isn't it?
Done. We're going.
We're going.
Right, still at your raven. This is Stormy. I just finished treating her. That's why she looks so stoned. But what I want to firstly show you is going on from the last video with front things, issues in the front, or looking at the front. You can't see it because Stormy's head is nigh. But the front shoulder, like the need for the neck to move independently of all this, if that's stuck together and the horse can't use its neck properly, they can't breathe properly. You need to have a look at a video called Within Nature's Giants. She's just yawning because she's been treated. Anyway, so just to see if the shoulder is moving independently of the neck, all I do, it's like about mid-neck, I guess, I just grab it. And you just work your way down and keep pulling. Now you can see she's been treated and it's pretty loose. That's how it wants to be. So if I grab that, easiest if they're kind of looking towards you like she's just doing now. If I grab that and pull it, you might occasionally hear or feel a bit of a suction cup thing. That just means the connective tissue from the shoulder is stuck to the neck. So that's a free moving shoulder. Stoned horse.
A stoned horse and a free moving shoulder. What more could you want? The video that I was talking about is Within Nature's Giants. It's a really fascinating look of a horse dissection, I think it is, and they show you all the different parts of the horse. One of them is when they get a dead horse and they move its head and you see that the lungs actually move, which says that when horses are running, they open up their airways and they use their head like bellows because it actually makes the lungs pump. So the need for a free-moving neck in a performance horse means that they breathe better or can breathe, will get more oxygen in. If you've got a restricted neck, then it goes to show that you might have restricted breathing. One of the ones, like I said, that's one of the most satisfying moves you can do on your own horse, which is you find about mid-neck and you start picking that shoulder open. They often lock it if they don't know what you're doing or if it's sore, and you just roll it open and it just feels really good just opening that shoulder for them and for you. And for those people who like releases, which anyway, if you like releases, you'll always get releases. You'll always get them licking, chewing, yawning, and doing all that sort of stuff from opening up that shoulder on both sides. But just get right into it. It's cool.
JD says, hello from Kentucky, the land of racehorses and
absolutely.
bourbon.
Yeah, we like racehorses and we love bourbon, and we definitely like Kentucky. Thanks, hi.
JW says, Billy was amazing after you treated him.
Who?
JW is the name, just a J and a W.
When did I treat him?
Billy was amazing.
Billy. Yeah, thank you. So cool. It's bizarre having people jump on.
Miss P Fitness, thank you so much. I watch your videos a lot and appreciate all of your time in these videos.
Thank you. Hopefully they're helpful. That's the main goal, that this stuff is helpful.
How is it good to start dressage horse?
Oh, yeah, you're asking the wrong person. How's it good to start a dressage horse? I'm not a trainer. I just do the muscular stuff. But having said that, Putchi's son Jackson is a dressage rider. He starts a whole bunch of them. So it's not my thing. Even though I treat a lot of dressage horses and I treat their problems, I know what their problems are. How to work them best, how to start them, etc. is not my thing.
Sammy Care Vic. I have an OTTB.
Yeah, off the track thoroughbred.
Sore from racing.
I like that Drew. Drew's like surprised that I know these things. Like it's sort of like it's an off the track thoroughbred, Drew, and he's like, "How did you know that?"
Well, I sort of think these people are making typing errors.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like KPI. It's like when people talk about business and they're, "What are your KPIs?" And I'm like, "My who?"
Is massage sufficient, or do I need chiro?
Oh no, massage is sufficient, but there are good and bad of everything. My bias is soft tissue. My bias is muscle, nerve, and connective tissue. So I'm very osteopathic. I love osteopathic. I also love bone. I love massage. I like people getting into massaging. You know what? I even like people just actually brushing their horse, so it's good for their lymphatic system. That's my bias. Chiropractic, not so much my bias, but there are great people at that. I also like acupuncture, anything. But I think massage is great if you've got a good masseuse or if you're learning it and doing it right.
Rowan says, cheers for the tips on horses you have treated.
Yeah, look, Rowan, you got to see that I'm actually working, and I'm not very. If I was good at tipping, I wouldn't be working. Pete, you're very welcome, mate.
Constantly keep suggesting that we...
Victoria Road, like, you know, in the Cox Plate, they're hoping for a place at least. I just, you know what, I'm not putting my money on it, but I just like when I see horses that I know, or I like when I watch horses from people that I like. Yeah.
Sophie Hart says, so excited to have a live. Been watching
Hi,
your
Sophie.
videos for ages. Great to see you live.
Yeah, how cool is it? It's weird.
Dawn has replied the saddlebred question. It's an American saddlebred horse.
No, have not. Sorry, but I'd love to get out to the States and give it a crack. I deal with cutting, reining, all sorts of different stuff here, but I don't know if that's the same. So sorry to be so ignorant about that one.
My Frisian stallion has so big muscle neck, it's very hard work.
Absolutely. Yeah, Frisians are...
friend again.
Oh, really?
So
you got a Frisian stallion, did he say? That's cool.
Yes.
Ooh,
my Frisian stallion has big muscle.
Absolutely, he'd be a mammoth. So I guess you're doing dressage?
Yes, yeah, I am a dressage and show rider.
Oh, well done. Yeah, I'm guessing you do dressage. See... Frisians have beautiful movement. I'm going to have to show Drew a picture of a Frisian. They're big, black, and they got a mountain of a neck. So beautiful horse. I'd love to see it. So cool. I love that.
Let's do a video. There's too many questions.
Too many questions. All right, next.
We will get back to you.
What's his name again?
Lewis.
So with Lewis, and Emily's been saying that he's big rooting, and usually, for some reason I'm getting more of these. What a big buck. But anyway, for some reason, usually it's medial glute, biceps femoris, which is not, or semimembranosus, which it really isn't really, but we've got this. It is sore through here, that's semitendinosus. So,
that's unusual.
With semitendinosus being sore, and he's been nice.
You surprised me, Drew.
This should be sore too. Yeah, so we're sore up here, it goes all the way through here, it's not this inside one, it goes all the way through here. Because he's well fed, it's hard to tell, but anyway, I'm going to be clever and I'm going to try to treat it from
Did you just fat shame a horse then?
I said he's got a great butt.
Poor boy, I'm just poking him. Emily's just
I did fat shame a horse.
I feel bad, I was like, oh, you weren't just being mean.
Anyway. Wait. Down. So that's gone. Again, there's a little bit there still, a touch, no, actually it's gone. He's just complaining because he thought. Alright, so there you go. I don't know why I've been getting semitendinosus recently, because I never get it, so I don't know what it is about now and having it all the time, but there you go, that was that. Thanks.
It's really cool. So Lewis is a cute little horse out of Durabon Park. Durabon Park is a place that I go to often and do a bunch of horses. The interesting thing about that particular muscle is that I don't often see it. So obviously, as I said, he's generally a tight little horse, but I'm usually treating the inner hamstring, like I said about earlier today, about the tail clamping down. It's usually the inner hamstring, which is semimembranosus, or biceps femoris, where where that poverty line is. It's never usually semitendinosus, which is the third band. Poor Drew looks like he's just like getting slammed.
No,
he's just
wonderful.
rubbing his face.
So much interaction on the live. So I just want
We
to
like it.
jump back to YouTube for
Yes.
a sec because we're trying to grow that. Really appreciate it. Do you find when you do that open shoulder move, the horse goes into a zone and has soft eyes?
Absolutely, it is so cool. So, like everybody, if you watch this, open up your horse's shoulder. It looks really creepy and weird. And often when I do it, people go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that," or they really like it. Like I said though, be mindful. Sometimes when you go to do it, you'll hear like a suction cup popping sound. All that is the fascial adhesion. Now, fascia is this slippery stuff. All that is the adhesion opening up. It's a good thing. Don't worry about it. It just means that stuff has glued to the connective tissue between the shoulder and the neck has glued, and we open it up. It just opens up, and you hear a little bit of a pop, and then all of a sudden they can move again. They move more freely, and the shoulder can move freely. But absolutely, the eyes go a little weird. That's what I was talking about, the releases. For those of you who are interested in releases and have the thought that releases show that you fix something, I don't really, but anyway, but I love them. You get plenty of it from that.
Our German friend Annika, I think it might be Annika. I don't know. I'm
Annika?
not sure I'm murdering the name. Have good contacts in Victoria for dressage, break-in, and training. Awesome. Christian is
I do plenty of
fully booked at the moment, but that's why we're trying to grow.
Oh yeah, so thank you. I do plenty of Grand Prix dressage horses here from Prix St George to Grand Prix. I do a lot of them. I am fully booked. I closed my books, so I don't know if people know. I closed my books almost 5.5 years ago. I do plenty of dressage, polo, racing mostly. I'm unbookable. This is why we're doing this stuff, so I can try to like download some of what's in my tiny little Muppet head into
one day a week. We won't let him rest.
Well, I know, one day a week.
Again, why I need to. Christian doesn't want to. Here, I'm
not trying to get work. Here, I'm not promoting myself to get work. I am just trying to help people with all the questions that I usually get, and I love this sort of interaction. I love being able to answer people live. I like being. I'm a fast twitch brain kind of a person.
Which is why I keep annoying you guys to hit the like button and share the live.
Yeah.
He cares about the horses.
Yeah,
I want
to help as many as possible.
I'm trying to get more eyes. We're trying to get more eyes on him in the little time that he has to answer questions. So thank you guys also.
And thank you is it Annika? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I'm already doing, the high performance. We had the Australian Nationals the other day, last week, if you have a look at episode 9. And it was an Olympic qualifying event, and I treat a lot of people that were there trying to get qualified for the Olympics. So thank you. I love it. But I am slammed.
Dawn Marie says, what is a good way to start preventative massage on a horse?
Just rub it. hang on. That's a bit short. Preventative massage. Anything, like I said, I'm going to say it again. Go to my website, have a look, find muscles that are sore, check them on your horse, and just give them a rub. Just even with your hands, whatever.
He doesn't care what you use.
I don't mind. I don't. Yeah.
Anelda says, I love your videos.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, hope they're helpful and slightly entertaining. But sometimes, as I say, I'm really busy, and when I do them, I'm kind of in my head. But I try to do them as much as possible so we can keep showing people what soreness actually looks like.
Anelda also asks, why would my horse collapse, brackets, fall forward, when I lift up his front leg?
Oh, it could be shin sore, knees, it could be. I would expect something like that is maybe a little more structural. I'd be looking at the feet first with that, so speak to your farrier, then maybe vet. But I would say falling forward like that when you pick him up in the front, more likely something a bit structural to start with.
Jules would like to get to the bottom of your magic. Hi.
Yeah.
What can you actually feel when you find an issue?
What can I feel, me personally? I'm looking for, it's really weird because I think it's really simple, but when I break it down now, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for heat, I'm looking for cold, I'm looking for if the muscle is tight or if it's too loose. I'm looking for if the fascia is restricted or not restricted. I can feel what the nervous system is doing, so I'm looking to see if the nervous system is annoyed or if it's not annoyed. I'm looking for magnesium deficiency, so I'm looking for any types of, like if I can feel the fibers cramping or if I can feel them tingling or spasming. I'm looking for if the lymphatic system is working properly through the fascia. They're the things that I look for when I run my hand over a horse really quickly. It all has a particular feel. When I'm treating, I can feel what the muscle's doing. I can feel if the heat has gone, if the coldness has come back to homeostasis. I can feel what the nervous system is doing. I can feel the pain as well. So I can feel if the pain is dissipated. There's a lot of weirdness going on that you don't see. It's funny, when I see my videos, there's a whole world that you're not getting as people viewing it. I can feel what's going on under the skin, and you don't get to feel it. You get to see some guy standing next to a horse. And so when I take my hands off the horse and then check, I can already feel that the muscle has let go. I can feel that it's gone back to normal. I can feel all that under my fingertips. So it's a really difficult way to explain it, but I can feel when it's out of kilter, and I can feel when it's tripped out and fixed up.
Dawn Marie says, are you on Instagram or Facebook? Dawn, not on Instagram at the moment. Facebook,
and the only Facebook one you can get onto is the
Langeder Equine.
Langeder Equine one, because my other Facebook one is full.
That's his personal one that he's talking about, but definitely all these videos and all this information is shared if you just search Langeder Equine.
And it's on YouTube, TikTok.
And while we're on that, please follow on the YouTubes and everything. Just type Langeder Equine into every platform that you can. Caroline, she was. Thanks so much, says Amelda. Thank you. Makes me want to take an Epsom bath.
Oh yeah, do that.
Will you have any clinics or in-person training? Marylegs Equine Training. The answer is
yes, in the future, absolutely. Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Yes, in the future, definitely.
Yes.
I'm just writing it at the moment. I'd already be open to. Well, you know what? I was in Singapore. Have been in Singapore to do small clinics teaching people how to check their own horses. Once again, writing a course on how to treat. But yes, I definitely would like to do clinics. And I think once everything kind of settles, by the end of this year, hopefully, because these have been like crazy 2 years, it is definitely the direction I'm going to go in.
Help us blow up the lives and the podcast. That really helps get Christian extra time and to work on the course, which is the main aim. He just wants to help.
It's really hot here. Poor Michaela is sweating bullets. I'm sweating and the horse is hot as hell. It's like 34 degrees or something. Anyway, another sore neck one that I want to point out. If you're sore through here, like you can see the horse is sore through here, generally it's not the neck here unless you can see lines through here, but it's this muscle under here. It goes from the sternum into the neck. It's called sternocephalicus. It's like that
it's
muscle
not really.
right
I made a mistake.
So I'm just going to fix it. So usually collection or stuff like that. The poor fella, he's zoning out. You could probably see I'm sweating like crazy. It's a hot little stable. So this is Yes You Guy. He races out of Crampton for Gavin Pidgegood. And there you go. So that's gone. So now we're softer through here. He's a little bit twitchy, but that muscle's gone. You can see he's pretty relaxed. So again, if you've got a problem with collection, just check that. Or if you're sore through here, check here.
I like that you pick these videos. So Drew picks these videos. I don't know what's coming up. That was one of the very first videos I did. Firstly, I did little videos teaching people how tricky I was and how I could make. I thought it would like showing the illusion of how I treat would be really cool. And no one watched them. So anyway, and then what I decided, this was the first one that I actually decided, you know what I actually want to do is show people how to check their own horses. This was one of the very first ones I did. It's probably a year and a half old. There was a Gavin Bedgegood stable who's a trainer out of Cranbourne who I really respect. I think he's an incredible trainer. And so that was one of the first videos. I think within a couple of weeks it hit 240,000 views or something to that effect. It was a catalyst to me starting to realise that TikTok here was actually a really good way to educate people. So that's where the route I've gone up to now.
We can add Norway to our list.
Norway! Hello, Norway.
Heidi from Norway.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
What is the... No, I think this is a typo. What is the licensure requirements for... I think it's
Licensing requirements?
For what you do?
It depends which country you're in. I am very lucky in that I've been doing this for 25 years. So still here in Australia, there's not much in the way of licensing requirements. In America, I believe that America is very difficult. I speak to people in the States, oh my God. And in America, I think you have to be a vet or you have to be licensed. It's a lot more difficult. I'm not allowed to, in America, I wouldn't be allowed to say that a horse is sore because I'm not a vet. Dr. Sheila Lyons in America from Homecoming Farm is a person that I speak to a lot. She's an incredible woman if you have a look at her stuff as well. She loves the diagnostics. She loves all the machines. I've got my hands. She's got everything. She's a really good supporter of mine, has been for many years. I speak to her often about the difference between Australia and America and what we're capable of. It'll be interesting when I come to the States to see if I can actually teach what I teach to people. That was a really messy
Caroline
answer.
says, which I assume she's in the US. I think you're referencing, or that other person is referencing the new racetrack rules. No one would have a problem with what you do in the US.
Yeah.
Steph says, good evening from Tennessee.
Oh, hello, Tennessee.
Love your videos.
Thank you.
Sweet Girl's Mama says, you are an incredible healer. Love watching your videos.
Thank you.
Do you have any recommendations for a horse with weak stifles, exercises, treatments, etc.?
We were already talking about that earlier today. We got magpies wanting to be fed out front. We were talking about that earlier today. Just any type of exercise. I think that water treadmills are good, beach is good, poles are good, hills are good, but mostly just good work. Anything for weak stifles or locking stifles is always going to be. Make sure you work and make sure you try to use the rear end of the horse, not the front. So stop them from pulling, get them to kind of sit and work.
Hi guys from Gracemere in Queensland.
Guys, see? Hi.
JB, when are you coming to the States? I'll handle this one. JB, send
a jet.
That's
As
the only way.
Yeah, no, we would definitely like to get to the States. Or hi guys. Definitely want to get to the States. It is 60% of my views come from America. So, and then Canada, then Australia, then the UK. So definitely going to, once I've written the course, I'm coming over.
Our German friend just wants to say thank you so much. She's off to sleep now. Or
Good
they
night.
are off to sleep now.
Good night. Sleep well.
Big
Thank
hug
you.
From Germany.
Thank you. That's cool. How good is that?
Caroline says, so happy to see you and your Australian moderator friend here tonight. Hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, Caroline. That's awesome. One more. Karen, thanks so much just with the YouTubes. Thanks for helping us out with the YouTubes. What sort of pressure do you use when you're going over a horse?
Moderate and mindful. And I use, actually, you know what? So, I use this corner part of my finger. I don't know if does that come up? I can't see it. Yep. My corner part right here at the edge of my nail, not my fingernail, but just at the edge of my finger. It's firm. I see people use other things. I'm very mindful. I don't push that hard because the thing is, if I know where the attachments are that I'm looking for soreness, I can be really precise. I don't need to be hard. I don't need to bully. So I'd say firm but mindful. Of course, it's going to vary. I've had like little filly yearlings that exploded when I touched them. I've had racehorses that have exploded when I touched them. So you have to vary it to each horse, and you have to be able to determine what's a muscular issue and what is just them being reactive. Over the past 25 years, I've kind of got it down, but I'd say firm but mindful is the best way, and use your finger, don't use anything else. All right. Oh, I got another one. We're at Racing Heart. So here, Lisa Coffey and her team do horse-assisted therapies. So I come here, they're off the trackers. I just wanted to show you this. This is a sore tricep, right? So there's two little parts to this. There's this big part here, and then there's a little sneaky bit, the teres. And it's not called the teres either. This is the thing with old videos. You realise how wrong you were. The spots are still the same, right?
Looking at that particular muscle. So I'm just going to fix it up. actually got a bit of a storm coming through, which would be pretty cool. It's been so hot recently. Alright, so you can see now there's nothing so fixed.
Short and
So we
sweet.
don't.
Oh, we got more. Jesus. And short and sweet. Short and sweet. So that was really cool. Lisa Coffey has Racing Hearts. Racing Hearts get thoroughbreds off the track and help all sorts of people with them. They do assisted therapies with the horses, which I think is awesome. So not only is this good for trail horses, what I do, but it's also really cool for therapy assisted horses. So absolutely, that was the tricep. Wasn't the terriers, it's another part of the tricep, just like the lower neck part isn't the sternocephalicus, it's just part of brachiocephalicus, which attaches into the sternum.
Elvis Presley's joined us. Hello, Elvis.
Oh, Elvis! Okay, I'm going to say hello, hi. This is going to be kind of weird. It was really weird the first time I got to say thank you, Elvis Presley, on one of your messages. So, hi, Elvis Presley. Glad you've entered the building.
Do you treat camp draft and cutting horses?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do, and mostly rear and pelvis.
Do you want to tell me what those things are?
Oh, so cutting is, it's very hard. I'd have to show you a video.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
camp draft?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with camp drafting so much as cutting because I mostly I've done cutting horses for a long time. Basically, it's working with cows, horses working like rounding up cows. So it's like cattle dogs. But
Dawn has joined us from London, Ontario.
oh yeah, okay.
More
So
Canadians?
Canadians. Hi Dawn.
How you feeling?
I'm good. Good. How you going? Are we ending this up? We can do one more and then I'm all for teaching as much as possible, mate.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do one more. So if
One more and then
if
we're
you want
done.
to load up any more questions on the live and load up any more likes on the live, go for your life. We'll do this and then we'll come back.
Okay,
Awesome.
This is going to go. This is Felicity. We're at Hamilton
cool.
Dressage. I wanted to show you saddle sorters. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I know nothing about picking saddles, so don't ask me any questions, but I do know how to determine saddle sorters from muscular sorters. This might be a little bit long, and we're going to use chalk textures, so just bear with me, right? So, what I noticed with Felicity is, when I run over her, she's got this dip. Now, I've treated her. I know it's not muscular. The two things, I'm going to do muscles in blue. The two muscles that I'm looking at are trapezius, it kind of goes through like this, and I'm also looking at lat, which kind of goes something like that. Anyway, so that's the lat, the pulling muscle. This one moves the shoulders. Now, these aren't sore. If I check the actual muscles, I'm not getting a reaction. I will here because that's where the saddle's pushing, but where the attachment is, I'm not getting any pressure. But where I am getting pressure is
Chalk textures.
this is the shoulder blade. Or
Can we pause for a sec?
So that's
If you go to my website, there's lots of chalk textures in the videos. I scribble all over the horses. Bit more fun. Well, fun for me because obviously you can see how excited I get about chalk textures. Anyway, thanks, Drew. Go for it.
It's a little bit difficult to see on this.
I know.
But if you jump over it like Chris,
If you go to TikTok and have a look at it, or I tell you what, if you like chalk textures, go to my website, sign up on my diagnostic resource, and there are it's chalk text to heaven.
the scapula. And the
See how excited I get about chalk textures? I can't help myself.
What I'm getting is I'm getting pressure on the shoulder. So I know the difference between saddle and muscle because if I check the muscle, I don't have any soreness, I don't have a reaction. If I put pressure on the shoulder blade, then I do. Now, that looks pretty far forward for the way the saddle is, but when she moves, that shoulder blade rocks back and jams under the saddle if the saddle doesn't fit properly. The other place that I've got is the back. Now, from all this, all I'm suspecting is saddle's moving forward and the back is just shifting from side to side. So she does dress up, so it's not unusual for that to happen. The saddle needs looking at. I can't fix this. There's a lot going on there, but it should be a simple fix because once you've actually fixed the saddle up, these aren't permanent things. They're just bruises or it's just sensitive skin, right? Because you've got connective tissue under here, and if the saddle moves over it, it's kind of like carpet burn. It just pisses it off. So this is how you check whether
Sorry,
you've got saddle
YouTube.
soreness or muscles. Anyway, thanks.
That was a bit of a long one, but there is so much in there about saddles. But I just want to finish up by saying with saddle stuff is that, as I said, I'm very good at staying within my lane, knowing when I'm helpful or when I'm not helpful. And I know enough about saddle soreness to know when you need a saddle fitter, right? I also, at the moment, if you're in Melbourne at the moment, this is for the TikTok live people or anywhere, if you're in Australia at the moment and the horses are changing coat, and you all of a sudden got saddle sensitivity, what I want you to be mindful of right now, I'm seeing a lot of this, is while the new coat is growing through and the pressure of the saddle or even the mildest of movements in the saddle, it's annoying the skin. So a really quick, easy way to check if it's the skin and if it's actually the coat coming through is if you have a horse that's actually buckling from the saddle or getting annoyed with it, just really lightly scratch the skin. If you're getting a reaction from that, you know that it's just the coat coming through, and just hang tight for a little while, because once the coat's come through and everything's fine, you're going to have a horse that'll be absolutely fine. You didn't need to change the saddle. But if you're really worried, go see your saddle fitter.
Crazy Gadget says hello from Uganda, East Africa.
Oh my God, hello Crazy Gadgets. That's really cool. Hi Uganda. I've not had a hello from Uganda on the videos before.
I've noticed
That's
that
so
you,
cool.
Kimberly, hi Kimberly.
Hi Kimberly.
I've noticed that you sometimes travel long distances to treat horses. Do clients pay for the travel?
Oh, no, I travel to probably about 3 or 4 different areas. If you're talking countries, yes, they do. But if we're talking just, I have 3 or 4 different areas. No, I don't charge to travel the distance, because once I'm there, I've usually got more than a full. I was at in Torquay the other day for a red gum run. They had 26 horses for me to look at. Once again, don't give me offers to treat horses. I'm too full. I cannot do it. Red Gum Run is one of my clients. And, you know, in a day, they gave me to about 26 horses to look at. I don't charge them for the travel. I just look after the horses.
Kimberly also says, do you treat humans?
No, I don't treat humans. It is not in my repertoire.
And trusted me, we've all asked him to.
Yeah,
that he refused.
it does not happen. Lots of barbecues where people go, I've got to saw this. But because these are horsey hands, it's really easy to tell them. They tap out real quick.
Journey's mama says, thanks for the additional treatment video insights this show.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'd like. Yeah, cool. That's really good. It's nice to know what you guys like, and it's nice to know what is helpful to you. I'm winging it from my lounge room, so we're just trying to find out what is of best value to you guys. So feel free to give us, even after this, like feel free to give us comments, and feel free to, on any of my TikToks, message and say, hey, this was good, or we need more of something, or etc. I think it's awesome. It's really helpful.
Yeah. We're going to build and improve that when in the new studio. Hopefully interactive lives with people.
Absolutely.
And some t-shirt giveaways and a really big screen that will help Christian explain what he's talking
Things
about.
better. We about done? I think we should be about done.
One more from YouTube, and then I'm going to let you go. What if when trying to find soreness, your horse doesn't react but wants scratches?
Oh, then scratch it. Get a curry comb. Get a curry comb. If you're, let's finish this show off from the people on YouTube. Let's finish this show off by saying, if your horse is itchy and wants scratches, scratch your horse. Get a curry comb, scratch it. Like, they're all losing coat at the moment, so they're probably crazy itchy. What's wrong?
No. Big thank you to Katie Sunrise. In fact, you can do it. I just bought your educational thing from your website.
Yeah.
I'm excited to start it.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got my email. If you have any questions, if you've got my email on the website, etc., if you have any questions, give me a yell. It is so cool. You will see so many videos. There's so much information there. Don't be overwhelmed by it. I try to make it, if you start reading the content and it seems overwhelming, go straight to the videos. The other thing is, on your phone, if you go into that module, like if you go into the educational part or the resource, that horse, all those buttons are live. So if you go out to your stable and you've got your phone in your hand and it's got the picture of the horse, guys, the next place is going to have a big picture of the horse and all the buttons behind me. All those buttons are live. So if you run your hand along a horse and it buckles somewhere, just touch that number and it will go to a module. Each module is going to have 2 videos, one of how I check it and one video of what it looks like when it's sore. Then it's got all written content and it explains to you everything as simply as possible, because this is what I'm living for at the moment, which is helping you understand your horse. Now, either you can fix it, or if you can't, at least it shows you how to be able to speak to either your vet, your farrier, your saddle fitter, your therapist, and it enables you to check it afterwards. So you can't get some new therapist that comes in and goes, "Oh, I fixed your horse, ta-da!" Because you can check it and show them and say, "Look, this is what was sore, this is what I need fixing. If you can't fix it, I need to go and see someone else." So, awesome. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Check your horse, rub it, do all that sort of stuff. Hope you find it enjoyable, and that's so cool. Thank you. That's awesome. I love it. Thanks. Done. All right. Well, I have a house to go and buy, and it's going to have a new studio, all that sort of stuff. So in the next couple of weeks, I've got to talk to Drew. The next couple of weeks might be messy because there's things happening. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining us. YouTube, TikTok, sign, like, do whatever Drew says to do.
Just stick with us. It's going to be amazing in a few weeks after Christian's got all his personal stuff
sorted.
It's going to be great.
And I hope it's all helpful. Good luck to Victoria Road and in the Cox Plate. And coming up very soon should be breakup in the Melbourne Cup. So hopefully that goes well as well. There are plenty of other horses that are going to be running. Rick's Cafe's coming up this week. If you didn't see her last race, even though she's Rick's Cafe, it's a her. If you didn't see her last run for Rhiannon Schiffer, not Renee, Rhiannon Schiffer, she's going to run this week. Awesome horse. It should be winning by a mile. Anyway, thank you. That was episode 10. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Bye.